It looks like it's going to be one of those nights again. In the dark of the night, everyone should be asleep now. I can finally get comfortable and relieve myself of today's stress.
Yeah, boy.
This is the boring part. I feel like I'm scrolling through the same content over and over. Why can't there be something new? I feel like this doesn't even excite me as it used to. Yes, I know I should be doing something else, but every time I try to look away, my fingers just keep moving. I feel trapped by this addiction, by the habit, by my own mind. It would be nice to share my life with someone, to have the real experience of love. But what's the point? No girl likes me, and no girls even look my way. I just feel like they are laughing behind my back. Honesty, who would meet a guy that is addicted to his urges? But that's okay. At least I have this for now to keep me happy. Look, I know this is harmful. I read everything online about how beating your meat to online avatars is bad for your mental health and bad for your self-esteem. I know it kills ambition and makes a man weak. I always wanted to quit. I've tried everything. I've deleted apps. I've tried to ignore it. I've even promised myself I wouldn't look at this stuff anymore. But here I am. I feel like I've lost control. But then, a thought drifts into my mind. Stoicism. That's what I've been reading in my boring history class lately. Maybe this is the answer. The Stoics teach you to control what you can, your reactions, your mindset, and accept what you can't. It's about self-discipline, about mastering your own impulses. I pause, staring at my phone, and for a second, I think about what a Stoic would do. I know it's not just about saying no to the temptation. It's about why I'm tempted in the first place. Stoicism isn't just about avoiding pain. It's about confronting it, about recognizing what's in your power and letting go of what's not. I can't control the urge to feel lonely, but I can control how I respond to it. I don't need to turn to this to escape. I don't need to numb the pain. I can face it. I can choose something else. I put the phone down. It's not easy, but I realize it's a choice. I don't have to give in to this cycle. It's like the Stoics said, we aren't disturbed by the events themselves, but by our judgments of them. I can change my judgment of this situation. The next day, I walk through the hallway at school, but today feels different. I feel the usual anxiety creeping in as I pass by the girls, as I usually do. The feeling of not being enough, of not fitting in, it's there. But this time, instead of letting it overwhelm me, I remind myself of something I read about Stoicism.
What is up to us is our own thoughts and actions.
So I decided to take a moment. I stop walking, take a breath, and in my mind, I think of something Epictetus said.
It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters.
I can't change how I feel right now. I can't stop feeling nervous, but I can control how I act in response. Instead of running away or avoiding these moments, I can choose to face them, to push past the discomfort. I start walking again. I still didn't find the courage to approach her, but I feel this small shift. It's like the ground is a little less shaky under my feet. Tonight, I feel the familiar pull of the addiction again. The loneliness, the boredom, they're like a weight on my chest. I know what's coming, the urge to escape, but I can't. I'm doing so good. I haven't given in to my urge for a week now, and I can't ruin my strike now. I sit down and open my journal. I think back to something I read from Marcus Aurelius.
You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength.
What's really driving me? It's not the screen or the content. It's the emptiness I feel, the loneliness. It's the way I've been taught to escape my feelings instead of facing them. But I can change that. I don't need to numb myself to feel better. I need to address the root cause, the fear, the discomfort. The Stoics weren't afraid to feel. They embraced the discomfort as part of life. If I want to be free of this, I have to feel what's real instead of running away from it. For the first time, it clicks. The Stoics talk about virtue, the idea that living a good, virtuous life is the only thing that really matters. And part of that virtue is exercising self-control, especially in moments like these, when the temptation feels overwhelming. Instead of reaching for my phone, I close my eyes and breathe deeply. I think about the kind of person I want to be. A Stoic doesn't give in to distractions. A Stoic confront their challenges head-on. The next day, I walk into the cafeteria, feeling that familiar nervousness rises in my chest when I see the group of girls sitting together. I can feel the temptation to just sit in the corner by myself, to avoid the discomfort of talking to anyone. But then I remember what Marcus Aurelius wrote.
The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts.
I stop in the middle of the cafeteria and take a deep breath. I think about the Stoic idea of focusing on the present moment, of not letting future worries control me. The anxiety is just a thought, a passing feeling, and it has no power over me unless I let it. I walk toward the girls. My heart is racing. What if I don't know what to say? What if I make a fool out of myself? But Stoic doesn't run from discomfort. They meet it head on. And even if it's awkward or imperfect, I choose to step outside my comfort zone. Hey, do you guys like music?
Yeah, I love music. What about you?
We start talking. It's not some magical conversation. I was shy, but she was also a bit timid. We talk about songs, bands, what we're listening to right now. But I'm not shrinking. I'm not hiding. I'm being present, and it feels good to be real, to just be without worrying about how I'm coming across. Back in my room that night, I felt different. I feel like I'm not just surviving anymore. I'm starting to live differently and think differently. I didn't give in to my old habits. I didn't run from my fear. I didn't escape into distractions. I faced the discomfort, and I chose to do something better. It's not about avoiding the pain. It's about embracing it and choosing how to respond. This is what Stoicism teaches me. This is how I can be free. I know I don't have all the answers. I don't know if I'm fully free of my addiction yet, but I know this. I've taken back control. I'm not at the mercy of my feelings anymore. I have the power to choose my reactions, and that in itself is a victory.